It basically came about a good mate of mine, Mark Williams, not Choco, the other Mark Williams, Wilbur. He had done a review of the club, and there was a position that they'd basically come up with, which was a senior assistant working on team defence. And Wilbur and I had worked together in the past, so he said have a chat to Johnny Lamont, and Johnny and I were a similar vintage and coached against each other at TAC Cup, so we hit it off and came on board as the team defence coach last year, and really enjoyed the year. We really enjoyed working with Johnny. We'd lost the North Melbourne part of the alignment, so Werribee was our first year standalone last year. But we still had, especially with our team defence focus that I was working on, I thought we made some good improvements, and a real, became a real focus of the boys, and something that they sunk their teeth in, and we got better at as the year went on. So that was the 2018 role. 2019 role, my role's changed a little bit. I'm still doing the team defence, but also doing a line this year. So I'm doing the backs, and really got some great fellas down there to work with. Got some blokes who've just come off AFL lists in Dan Nielsen and Max Spencer, so from North Melbourne and Gold Coast respectively. So it's really great to be able to tap into their knowledge. They've come straight out of AFL environment. And they're both really giving with their time, with their advice. So that backline's got some real AFL sort of experience to it, and working alongside those guys to to help drive a really good standard backline. Been really impressed with our captain Sods' pre-season, and the new coaches hadn't seen much of him, and he was one that I'd certainly been singing the praises of. He can go into the midfield. He really gives us some drive, and the way we want to play, which is that quick ball movement, he generally has a really large hand to play in that. Louis Pinnock, I think he's played 2 years at Werribee now. Unfortunately had a bit of an interrupted year last year where he missed a few games towards the end of the year with an ankle injury. But Louis, ball in hand, there's not many better kicks around in the VFL, and as a 20-year-old he's a player that we think can either go on to the next level of AFL footy, or certainly become a really good VFL player, and that real drive off half back. So we're working on becoming a really stingy team defence and backline, hard to play against, but also really hurting the opposition when we've got the ball in hand with some good run and carry. And Ryan Hebron's come to us from, I think it's Sydney University. He was a best and fairest winner there in the NEFL. So he's another one that fits that mould, where he's good in the air but get the ball on the ground, and he's got some real dash and run and carry. So looking forward to that being a real strong part of our game this year. There's no doubt that with the new rules, there's definitely some space on the ground, and we're working through those, and we're seeing what that entails. But with stoppages, the opposition look like they'll be able to get, if they get centre clearance, looks like they'll be able to get into their forward line, with even numbers, which is something we haven't had to worry about so much in the past. So that's where the defence really needs to be stingy, really needs to be hard to play against, almost a little bit nasty, so that no forwards are getting an easy run at the ball. And especially our backs are working together, so that they play as a unit, as opposed to getting isolated one-on-one. So that's the sort of stuff, that connection, that working together, that we'll really be working on to make sure we are a really stingy defence.